This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahshua, Ba'ashim Kakodash, the 100 apostles, and the Yeshua Stone for giving us this and truth, and blessed be the elect. The face of a man that knows his kingdom is going down. And this is by Headspace with Spiro, with the title Society Crumbled. Young men have given up. And when he says young men, he's speaking about so-called white people. Young men have given up on dating, but nobody's talking about the real reason why. So without further ado, I'm going to play a video.
A few years ago, I had
Fair use.
a friend of mine who I would talk to pretty regularly. And we don't really keep in contact anymore. He ended up moving. But he had been dating a girl, and she was his fiance. They were about to get married. And I remember she had wanted him to buy her this 3-carat emerald cut diamond engagement ring from Tiffany. This was at the time he was 25 years old, working as a postgrad, making around $60,000 a year, living in an apartment, splitting the rent. This ring is, by the way, worth around $70,000. A 3-carat natural diamond emerald cut ring from Tiffany. Not taking into account, like I mentioned, the factors of him being 25 years old, him working for $60,000 a year, thinking that he would miraculously be able to afford, or think it would even be appropriate to ask for a wedding ring that is more than his yearly salary. So again, not living in reality. Not taking into account the cost of living in this city we're in, where we're talking I think now almost $6 a gallon gas. The cost of groceries, the cost of living, the cost of rent. What he ended up doing was getting her a lab-grown diamond for around $4,000, and he was actually taking out payments on that. And when she had found out, she threw a fit with him. She didn't break up with him, as he should have quite frankly done with her, but she made a big deal out of it. And really, here's the problem, is that I saw this is actually a really good comment I saw in another video, saying that essentially the support beams of society have been hit with a sledgehammer, and you wonder why society's crumbling. You wonder why things are seemingly falling apart. You try to be a good person nowadays, and you try to do the right thing, and you just get walked all over. For that woman, and I don't want to make the whole video about that, but for her to think of course, that it would even be okay to ask for that. But to not understand the sentimental value in something like that makes me realize that there's a bigger problem. things not having soul or meaning anymore, or purpose anymore, or love or care. Incentive to date and get married really at an all-time low. But I even remember, I'm sure most of us growing up, we probably remembered Star Wars, if it was at some point, whether you were younger and grew up with the prequels or you were older and grew up with the original trilogy. But you remember its impact on movies and stuff like that. And around 10 years ago, it had been bought out. And they started releasing now more Star Wars movies that didn't need to happen, sequels that did not need to happen, media that did not need to happen. And it just lost its, prestige is the right word, but just lost its charm, lost its love, its care, its reason. And that's what's happened to so many things nowadays. Of course, other movies and stuff, the same problem, where they're just releasing sequels that don't need to happen. But when it comes to men's incentive, when it comes to family, when it comes to marriage, I've talked about divorce courts, family courts, completely ruining men's lives. Even I was reading an article about a father who had split custody of his son. And this father was working very hard, a manual labor, a back-breaking job.
And when he says young men, he's speaking about so-called white men. Not you Jakes out there. He's speaking about so-called white men.
In construction and with heavy machinery. And he actually injured his back to where he could not work and he could not afford to pay child support because he was out of work. So they ended up seizing what he had, ended up putting him in jail for not paying child support. How is he supposed to pay child support with the injury? Obviously, now how is he supposed to pay child support in jail?
So many opportunities to travel as an accountant. You can work from home. You can work from London.
You get out of life what you put into it. Larry, you cannot control the outcome, but you are 100% in control of the...
Paying child support. How is he supposed to pay child support with the injury? Obviously, now how is he supposed to pay child support in jail? You have so many men who are being done wrong like that.
So-called white men.
And you have so many people who don't even know that these kind of things exist. And just to kind of put it into perspective, I remember I had a speeding ticket a while back, and this was when we were having some pretty hectic kind of weather in the city. And I remember I had sent by mail, the kind of request, a revision, and have stuff done with the ticket. And it never got through. It was lost in fulfillment. And then I got another ticket in the mail saying how the ticket's overdue and stuff like that. So I'd gone to the courthouse to take care of it. And I remember when I had gone there, or when I had gone to the courthouse, they gave me a response essentially saying that my license will be suspended by a certain day. And so I asked for a time to have a hearing and stuff like that. And they scheduled the hearing after the suspension date, knowing that, basically saying so they could set me up to where if I drive around now, I'm in trouble. There's something totally wrong with that. And that keep in mind, that's just a speeding ticket. That's something on a much smaller scale than a divorce and a custody battle. And even when I had gone to the courthouse, I remember it almost reminded me of school or elementary school, for example, because, every employee there was female. And I remember the feeling of sitting down in this room, staring at the clock. There's this kind of just silence in the air, and this very strange vibe. If you guys have felt it, you know what I'm talking about. But almost like there's a disdain towards you or towards a man, or that something just feels very off about the whole process. And a point I want to make here is that I hold men accountable. I have held men accountable in videos when I've talked about friendships and stuff like that. I've known men who have knowingly gotten with women who are married or in relationships looking over red flags. And I hold men accountable for that. I've cut many friends off in my life.
Look at all these videos when I scroll down. People are quitting jobs and relationships. The female loneliness epidemic will skyrocket as men are done. Millions of men feel the same way. I look at women and I'm exhausted. Why modern dating feels harder than ever. The brutal SHIT I learned about women as a balancer. Why is dating in 2026 so difficult? Why more men are refusing to get married. So hey man, today dating in 2026 is a shit show. Relationships today generally pisses me off. The dating ROI problem for men, why so many are pulling back. So hey man, you see all these videos, man. Why everyone is getting divorced now. So hey man, it's over for this place, man. And as for this man, you know, that you see on your screen, hey man, even he knows this place is finished, man.
But that same accountability needs to be held for women, needs to be held for these kind of circumstances. Because men are being beaten down into silence and afraid to speak out against these kind of things. When they do try to speak out, they're being manipulated in some kind of way. Like even, you know, and I understand that there are two sides to everything, but you're not going to tell me when something is objectively wrong, when something is being used to wrongfully ruin someone's life or attempt to destroy their life, that there's any other position that is going to justify that. It doesn't make any sense.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And amen, these devils are now catching hell, man. You know, they're going through it now, man. You know, here it is. You got these people crashing out, you know, on TikTok. Because inflation all-time high. You know, everything is so expensive now. The prices went up. They can't get a job. They're tired working. You know. Hey man, even their women don't even want them no more. You know. Because hey man, the snow bunnies, they want some chocolate now, man. You know. And hey man, there's a chick on TikTok, I believe, or Instagram, where hey man, she's making videos about how white man ain't shit. So look man, even these Beckys, hey man, they don't even want you so-called white men no more, okay? They want Jake, man. You know, they want some chocolate. You know, if you know, you know. So hey man, at the end of the day, you Edomites, y'all finished, man. Okay? And hey man, the face of a man that knows his kingdom is going down. It's over, man. Lamentations 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So hey man, you Edomites, y'all finished, man. Okay, it's over. Okay, this is an end to an era for you Edomites, man. Starting with you banking elites, you Rothschilds, you Rockefellers, you DuPonts, all you devils, man, and hey, all y'all are going to be the first fruits of slavery, man. And y'all are going to get it the worst. Okay? And hey, man, look at this man's face right here, man. Just look at him. He's disappointed, man. He knows. That's the face of a man that knows it's over, man. It is over. And hey, these women, whether it be black women, Hispanic women, the white woman, hey, man, the woman in America, hey, man, she is through. Okay? She's finished, man. And that's how you know we in the end of this thing. When you just look at the state of these women, they're bugged the fuck out, man. It is over, man. It is over. And hey, good riddance, man. Good fucking riddance. Cause hey, man, this place is finished, man. And guess what? It's only gonna get worser and worser and worser. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 20. The Lord Yahweh shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. And hey, man, these devils, man, you know, having a lot of anxiety, you know, catching hell, suffering, you know, depressed. Here it is. Hey, man, how are you, you know, not succeeding in your kingdom, man? You're suffering, you're catching hell in your own kingdom. And here it is. There's Jakes out there that's living better than a lot of you Edomites out there. You know? And the fact that you're catching hell, suffering in your own kingdom, that's crazy, man. You know? That's crazy. And here it is. Your own woman don't even want you. She wants some chocolate. You know? So, hey, man. You Edomites, y'all finished, man. Y'all finished. And hey, I believe, what's her name? Erica Kurt. Hey, man. I believe she's now with the Jake. Hey, man, you Edomites, y'all finished, man. It's over for you, man. It's over. Jeremiah 51 and verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken over wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly falling and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. You can't heal this fucking place, man. Here it is. Wickedness is all-time high. This place is thriving wickedness. How can you heal something when wickedness is an all-time high? You can't heal this bitch, man. And it's only going to get worse and worse, man. Verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So, hey, man, this place, hey, man, is destined to be destroyed, man. Okay? 63% of men are single, are done. And again, when he says young men, men in general, he's speaking about so-called white men. Not you Jakes out there, man. Okay? I like watching this guy right here. Jake Morgan, RLP. I'm not depressed, but I'm definitely going through it. Women hate happy single men. It really shows. This isn't the America I grew up in. This place is finished, man. And look, man, that's why I read those scriptures in the beginning. You know, the mirth of living is gone. It's over this place, man. It's only gonna get worse and worse and worse, man. Dating in 2026, it's just not worth the effort anymore. Millions are deleting social media. It makes sense. Why? Now, man, one reason why this place is so through, relationships are so through, is because we are living in the social media era. You know, all these women that you talk to, you deal with, hey man, they all have a social media account. You know? And hey man, this place is finished, man. Okay? Men hate women, women hate men. You know, they always go on social media just to talk some shit, man. You know? So hey man, today, the face of a man that knows his kingdom is going down. Esau's over you, man. And this guy right here, man, you know, dad mode and dark mode. This is the guy right here that said, he sees something bad going on with this place real soon. But then he went on to say, we are not living the last days. Come on, man. Come on now. Esau, just admit it, man. Your kingdom is finished, man. It is over. You're done. Okay? And hey, if these people, you know, are not Israelites through their father's side, hey, you all are going into captivity, man. Okay? So you better hope. Okay? You better hope, you know, through your father's side, you are an Israelite. Because if not, hey man, your next destination is slavery. So with that, I pray this video was edifying. So with that, I say shalom.